flock of goats around here. All I see is sheep in the mirror.
What's going on YouTube? It's KnoxHill, and we're back with our reaction series. So today, man, it is Monday. Our day to do something different, to step outside the box. As you know, I have been on this Mori Calliope journey, and it looks like fate has involved itself because she has just dropped a brand new song, a brand new album. So guess what? You know what we're gonna do today. We're gonna check out this brand new track. It's none other than UnAlive. Mori Calliope, step up to the plate. Let's see what you got. Wow, this is bass. This feels like one of those just epic anime openings, you know, to one of those great shows. And the thing is, you've got that grunge and that grit underneath with sort of those rockier, punkier elements in the guitars. And then over top, you introduce these orchestral sounds, these just strings and big cinematic hits and this percussion and the drum track and the way that that drum kit runs. It feels almost EDM-y. So it's like you're taking just sort of three different genres and elements and combining it into one. And it all results in just this whirlwind of a rush. And you see her characterization of the Reaper, as we have established, about to murder another track on us.
Starts with just a thought within, a wish that rode on hello wind, begins and ends with hello and goodbye.
Mellow, wind, hello, and goodbye. I love how she has the internal LO schemes and then back onto the external schemes, and it starts just a thought within. Is this another one of those sort of come up stories, you know, dreaming of making it and reaching it, and her kind of reflecting on her position and situation now as an influencer and content creator? Let's see where we go.
Hello wind begins and ends with hello and goodbye. I'll take a chance to see what we could be. Distant memory to another world.
The past, a distant memory, take a chance to see what we could be. Is this also maybe like a love lost, a relationship that was lost, now in the lights and in the fame? I don't know. There's always so many levels and layers to her writing. And again, it's the confusion of the elements, man. You've got like this beautiful piano running out over top of the mix, and then underneath it's so chaotic. Everything's running so fast paced.
What we could be, the past and distant memory to another world. At last I'll grasp that promised life. The high is over, so they're gonna begin. Stay alive and sober, all a part of the plan. I arrived so.
Stay alive and sober, all a part of the plan. It's a nice fast delivery right there, except this kind of like megaphone effect. I wish that the mix had it so it was sitting over top. It's like kind of drowned down into the mix. Hang on, I'm gonna have to really try to tune in to catch this one. She just went to a super quick fast switch up. And I do like that, to another world. Past a distant memory to another world. She's got such a poetic nature with her lyrical substance and how she paints pictures for us and how she puts things.
At last I'll grasp that promised life.
And at last I'll grasp that promised life. At last I'll grasp the promised life. Again, see the rhyme writing that she's got even when she's singing. And I think the promised life again is like her in the past wishing that she can make it, and her talking about, you know, that mind frame and that psychology to wanting to have that promised life and wanting to have that level of fame and celebrity and just making it as an artist.
Memory to another world. At last I'll grasp that promised life.
Or even just trying to find happiness in general. It could just be a song about, you know, trying to find your own completeness and having that personal journey through life. No, I can't get that first line. Somebody's gonna have to comment below, unfortunately. And my only critique as a fellow artist myself is that when you go in these fast raps, like, in order for it to be crystal clear, you either got to mix it so it really sits out on top of the mix, but also it's your syllabus and your diction, and you have to like really go staccato style delivery and get super punchy and like breathy with that fast delivery to make sure that every syllabus can be heard crystal clear. And the thing I do find sometimes when she goes faster is she does tend to like run on some words, and you don't have as clear of a diction, which isn't being sorted out in the mix because it's more megaphonied out, unfortunately. So I can't catch that first line. Something when it began. The high is over. Ah, the high is over, right? As soon as it began. Stay alive and sober, all a part of the plan. High is over, soon as it began. So see how it's going high and sober. High is over, part of the plan. It began. See how she goes A schemes over here, and then B schemes. Very good rhyme writing, even when she's going faster. I love the A to B rhyme writing that we talked about, man. She's really got some good rhyme schemes and technicals there. I arrived a soldier in a far-off land with a four-leaf clover, scarred in my hand, scarred right hand. I arrived a soldier in a far-off land. So I take that again. Yeah, that is like her come-up journey. So she went all the way to Japan and obviously made it with HoloLive. But, you know, she essentially felt like a soldier going into battle, trying to make it. And it suits like the battle imagery, the war imagery, the soldier imagery, with her being the Reaper and the death analogies that she uses a lot of. And then a four-leaf clover, I take that as because four-leaf clover is luck. I mean, she was lucky. And honestly, to make it, there's so many artists and talented artists out there who never make it. And it's not always just talent alone that gets you there. There's luck as well, and there's things that are just fated, and sometimes the chips just fall the right way. So I love the way that she puts that, you know, like a soldier in a foreign land, like she doesn't know what's going on. She's entering this conflict zone, just trying to make it, trying to climb the mountaintop, as we've seen with other songs. And then she's got a four-leaf clover because she did have her time, and she did have her moment and her luck. Gonna go let it all melt away in that formless storm of white and that closure every night. Again, it's almost like it's the plight of an artist, isn't it? It's the plight of someone who uses music as an outlet, and you feel just like you're just trying to weather the storm, and you're just trying to make it and rise above all of this chaos. I love that. On the winds of desperation, flying for all the world to see. I mean, come on, the poetry here, people. It's just, I love, she's got a very romantic sense of writing, and very symbolic in how she chooses her words and how she paints these pictures, man. Always been decided for me. What happened there? We had almost like a sort of like a chipmunk higher harmony, like on the mix of that. That was wild. Think about the lyrics, you know, talking about fate and how things were decided in the four-leaf clover and all that. Again, this to me is definitely a reflection of her artistic journey and her career and making it to HoloLive. And are things fated? Wow, I love where she's going with this again. Hang on, what? Oh, another great line. Numbing pain is numbing happiness. So on top of like this journey, there's also like this psychological struggle as well, and this conflict and this pain that she's going through and dealing with the angst and dealing with all these emotions. And the numbing pain numbs the happiness. And to me, I take that as even though she's made it, she's still not truly happy. And notice the name of the song, UnAlive. You know, not feeling fully alive and fully here. So even though that she's made it and she's risen to the top, she still doesn't feel fulfilled yet in that journey. So there's like two levels to this, right? There's the journey of her as an artist making it to HoloLive, and then I take that underneath layer, and that second level is this sort of psychological situation and how she's dealing with all of this. Oh, what a great last line there. To move forward, the lore is, I must be void inside. Forward, lore is void. See the hard O schemes that she's got, the internal condensed rhyme schemes, and then back to the I-N schemes as well. That's great, man. She must be void inside because the lore is here. The character that's been created for her, she is this reaper of death, isn't she? She almost has to be emotionless. She has to be like the Reaper herself and embody that. So the lore is, in order to progress and to make it and to achieve what she wants to achieve, she has to build and be this character. Wow. But it has its after effect too, and it has its effect on her as she lets us know through the vulnerability of this song. My world was built of walls of endless height. It's a nice way of saying that you feel trapped in this cage.
My world was built of walls of endless height, but it was melody that set me free. This world ain't seen the best of me. I'm invincible for just one moment I can fight.
This melody sets me free. Again, I take that as, you know, this music really was an outlet and was her escape and overcoming that world.
For just one moment I can fight.
Something fast-paced, hot to cold. Again, man, I wish that megaphone sort of sound was just a little over top of the mix, or at least give her like a drier vocal on it. Confined inside of the stories of old. Present, past, future. Right, it's told. Right, so you have this sense of, you know, timelessness. And again, to me, I take it as questioning, you know, what is fate and what is written and predestined for. Wow, burning through every page and learn to envy the stage. That's interesting. Again, I take that as us putting her in the past, right? And she's burning through all these pages, writing furiously, honing her craft because she's envying that moment when she wants to get onto the stage, when she wants to show the world what she's capable of. And then break the cage. See those endless walls that build up? This is her chance to break the cage. And I take that as, you know, even though there's this sort of darkness and loneliness behind this message, there's this message of hope as well and inspiration almost. I really like that line and how it all kind of just drops out for a second, so it really lets those lines sink home. And then the line before that too, my home is a place where, you know, I'll never know until I'm truly satisfied, until I've finally found my completeness in this life. See, this is better because it's definitely cutting more on the mix, and I like this flow here. One more time. The soul is divided, colder inside. Soul is divided, colder inside. Nice cadence bend right there, and you hear the rhyme writing yet again, the multi-syllable scheme, smooth. Wow, playing it straight, the cards, and then the heart and spades. So she's going off of a card scheme right here and then roll the dice, like, you know, gambling with your life almost, playing off of the Reaper scheme. But she's got this whole sort of gambling sequence, and she's got a lot of word choices and metaphors relating to that, you know, with the dice, her soul being split, and then right here playing off of her heart, but giving her heart to this, but also like the heart, like the suit of cards. And then, you know the saying, like, you know, the hand that you're dealt and dealing with that in life. But in this case, she's saying she's kind of taking control of fate because these are the cards that she's now created, and she's kind of taking control of that destiny. Diamonds or spades, lies or charades. I take that as diamonds, like making it, being successful, like diamond, you know, signifying wealth and success, or spades, like being put into the dirt. And again, the Reaper scheme, but also like diamonds, another suit of cards, spades, another suit of cards. She's got a nice hearts, diamonds, spades, cards, gambling, dice scheme going on. And then a heart's nothing but dead weight. And I take that as, you know, she's struggling with this identity now of being this Reaper when she does feel so much and she has so much emotion, and that sort of duality of being a rapper, because we have to believe that we're best and be like these cold-hearted assassins on the mic, and yet we all are vulnerable and we all have to deal with that angst and that anxiety, and music is an outlet for us for a reason. Change. Right in my Bending all the chips and fall to hell. This is a off-kilter rhythm, isn't it? Bet all of my chips and let them fall to hell. Project on myself. Rest in peace and appease the beast. Again, nice internal schemes here and punchy. Never thought I'd beg the beats to cease. Get it? Playing off of the beat, like the heartbeat and then the beast. I take that as like the mark of the beast, like the devil, but the beast inside of her, and can never appease it, can never appease that hunger and that beast inside. And this is like, it's kind of fast, but it's kind of not. This sort of off-kilter rhythm and delivery right here. One dead, but I don't need no soul. That was a strange rhythm to me. I've never really heard a rhythm like that. I can't tell if that was offbeat or if it was done purposefully. It was just so off kilter, but it kind of goes with her. Like, she's very unconventional and untraditional as a rapper, so I'm gonna chalk it up to that. Nice. It's a great contrast because you do have like this just epic sound and singing and really just lifting you up and rising higher, and then you cut it through with some of these more aggressive, darker, grittier raps. So I love that contrast between the grittier rapping style and then when she really wants to push it and push her vocals, man, she could sing too. Our world is turning once again, and for that reason I still sing. Having a bit of a momentum change now. And we've shed so many tears by now, though I never dare to change a thing. And we've shed so many tears by now, I wouldn't dare change a thing. Like, even though I've been through all this hell and all of this conflict and turmoil, I still wouldn't change it because it's made me who I am today and it's got me to this place. Yeah, this is definitely a tonal change now. We're getting more sort of hope at the end of this and more looking forward instead of just reflecting and trying to deal with the past. There it is, see? Ooh. Again, fate starting to hide it. I won't let it decide who I'll be. Yeah, there's definitely that change now and sort of a tweak to the lyrics and what's happening. Now there's, instead of just being a victim of fate and letting things fall as they may, I'm going to take control now and I'm going to accept my past and accept that it's led me to who I am today and find a way forward and forge my way again. Yeah, it's a great line. Every means to an end is an open door. Again, sort of that message of optimism now. See, remember, home was a place where she never is satisfied. She's trying to be satisfied. Now it's more than just a place of not being satisfied. Again, see, she's finding a way through it now and a way through these shadows that she's having, these doubts that she's having. It's more than just a place you're never satisfied. I'll move forward with something rewarding. By your orders, I'll never be soaring. I'm ignoring the lore because I won't be void inside. There it is. This is epic here. Ooh, Japanese. In death, somehow more alive. Wow, the juxtaposition of that statement. That's a deep one. And I take that as in death. You know, in this character being the Reaper, she's somehow more alive now. Like, she's come to accept this identity crisis, and she's come to accept who she is. And it could be darker turns as well for Death. Wow, that was manic. UnAlive, I love that concept. Yeah, that was different. That was a different shade from her. That was very different than Red. That was very different than Excuse Me, Could You Please RIP. Production-wise, again, we had just a totally different sort of box, I feel like, that she wanted to show us that she's capable of and that she can do. That she can do some of these sort of epic, big ballad type of songs and mix it still with sort of her very personality-injected, edgy rapping. And again, there was that duality of this sort of identity crisis, and you know, on one hand telling us about her struggle and trying to make it and dreaming of breaking those walls and being free, and then now that she's here, she still doesn't feel free and she still feels trapped, and she has to find a way to accept this level of fame and celebrity she has and accept that she is the Reaper, but she still has to contend with these emotions and these doubts and these fears. And for me, it's sort of that ending and that last verse that really turns the tide for her and shows that there's more to come. That was wild, man. That was a wild up and down. So, and I'm not going to lie, because, you know, I give you guys my raw reaction always. I haven't heard this. It's just come out. And it's like, at first I wasn't sure what to do. I wasn't sure how to digest it. You know, it wasn't until like halfway through when it really started getting to me and started to pick up for me personally in terms of my enjoyment level. So I'm wondering now that I've been through it, if this is one of those you listen to a second, third, fourth time, and it's one of those that really like is like a fine wine, and it does better as time goes on, the more you have to digest it and to process what's going on. But man, again, I love the metaphors. I love her rhyme writing and her symbolism a lot of times. She's a very poetic mind, very lyrical mind. She could sing too. Yeah, that was dope. Calliope Mori, I'm a KnoxHill certified. So if you guys liked today's video, as always, be sure to smash that like button. Listen, if you're here at the end, obviously enjoying the content, do me a favor, support the channel, subscribe, notifications on. As always, just a reminder, stay safe, stay positive. It's KnoxHill. We'll catch you again. I'm out.